All right, to review Flowers for Algernon, let's go over the comprehension check and we're gonna get into the lesson. All right, number one, who is Algernon and why is he important? Charlie?
Algernon is the rat that also had the surgery.
The rat that also had the surgery, right? That's why he's important, right? Because he was going through the same things Charlie's about to go through at the beginning, okay? Number two, what is the goal of the operation Dr. Strauss performs on Charlie? What is the goal of the operation? Andrew?
To increase his IQ by 3 times.
To increase his IQ by 3 times. Because why did they want to do that for Charlie? What was wrong with Charlie?
Didn't he only have a IQ of like 60 something?
Yeah, only IQ of like 67, which means he was not very intelligent. Okay. Let's be respectful. Okay. Number three, what are 3 ways the operation changes Charlie's life? Somebody besides Charlie or Andrew. Maya.
Okay.
And Symphony.
He lost his job.
Yeah, he lost his
He
job.
lost his so-called friend.
Yeah, it's why'd you say so-called?
Because they wasn't really his friend, but he thought that they was his friend.
Right. What were they doing? Laughing at him, making fun of him, right? Okay. One more thing. We need one more. What's something else? What's something else? What happened when he got real smart? He lost what? Everyone, but who else have we not talked about? We talked about his job, his co-workers, huh? The girl?
Miss Kenny and
Miss Kenyon and the doctors. He lost them, right? Okay. Because he started to become too smart for his own good, huh? Yeah, they started to get annoyed with him. Number 4, what happens to Algernon in May and June? So what happens toward the end of it? Pardon?
He starts regressing.
Yeah,
and like he
regressing.
becomes like hostile.
Yeah, became hostile. What else, Andrew? What were you gonna say? Same thing, kinda?
Yeah.
Right? And what does regressing mean? What is the word regress? Leo?
Going back?
Going back, right? Like taking a step back.
Yeah.
Right. Alright, number 5, what happens to Charlie at the end of the story? Symphony?
he started back going to the school when he really didn't need to.
Well, not. He went to the school one time, and what he did what? It was he didn't. What did he do?
He didn't remember that he wasn't in her class anymore.
He didn't remember that he wasn't in her class anymore. I know, but I wanted to make sure you understood. You got that part. I wanted to make. Hey, what are we doing, guys? Pay attention. What else happened at the end of the story for Charlie? What was the one thing?
Oh, he moved away.
He moved away, right? He moved away. Why did he want to move, though?
Because he was regressing back to his.
Yeah, but Symphony.
He didn't want people to know that he's not smart anymore.
Right, he didn't want people to know he wasn't smart anymore. Exactly. All right, so let's get into the lesson I have prepared, and it's going to be. We're going to be analyzing theme from the story, Flowers for Algernon. Today's objective, I can analyze how point of view helps develop theme, and I can use evidence from the text to explain the theme. Boys, I need y'all to chill out, all right? Calm down. Leo, for real. All right, warm-up question. Is being smart the most important thing in life? Symphony?
No.
No. What are some more things that are important than that?
Family.
Family. Do you have an answer, Maya?
Friends.
Friends. Right. Then it says, oh, let's go to the next one. Anybody else have any other thing?
Happiness.
Happiness. Right? Because is being smart helping you with all Any of those three things?
Mm-mm.
I mean, it could, but we'll get into it in just a second. Alright, theme. So talking about theme. Theme equals the central message or life lesson of the story. Okay, so the central message of this story is probably centered around what?
You don't need to be, you don't need to be smart to live a good life.
You don't need to be smart to live a good life. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, it says themes are usually not directly stated. So when it says that, it's just saying things are not normally told to you directly by the author. You gotta figure them out for yourself. Just how Charlie said that. That was never in any of the stories, right? Or never in any of the stories. Didn't go through any page, no paragraph said that. Alright, we figured them out by using story clues. So, that was a long story that we just read, so we were eventually able to just come to that realization on our own, right? We didn't really need a whole lot of clues. Clues that help us find things. So, characters, start on characters. Let's list some. Stephanie, Charlie, Algernon, Andrew, Miss Flynn, Dr. Strauss. Who's got the other? Miss Kenyon and the last doctor. Dr. Was it Newmer? No, it was Niemer. Niemer. Same. Potato, same thing. Alright, plot. What happens? When we talk about plot, if you were ever to write a summary, basically, you're basically just writing the plot. So, somebody summarize it in just a few words.
The journal of a guy that's getting an IQ surgery to make him smarter.
To make him smarter, okay? Pretty much, yep. Setting. Since this is asking such a broad question in setting, this would just be the time of the time. So whatever year it was, because we couldn't say, with such a long story like this, we couldn't say setting was the hospital, or the lab, or the night school. You know, there's two. I mean, when it's asking one simple question, what is the setting? The setting is one thing. So that'll be time. That'd be the time. What?
Where's the night school?
Remember, he went to night. That's where Miss Kenyon was his teacher at night school. She was teaching.
Is it just school at night?
Yeah, but not for children.
Oh, grown-ups.
For grown-ups. All right. Point of view. Everybody know what point of view is. You want to list some? First person, second. Well, go ahead and say it.
Second person,
Second person, third person. Well,
and
well, there's actually another one that doesn't get talked about a lot. But so we have first person, right? It uses I, me, and my. Then we have first person naive that also uses I, me, and my. But the narrator doesn't fully understand what's happening. Okay? Then we have third person, uses he, she, or they. So, in this story, did we use third person at all?
no.
No, it's Charlie, right? Charlie's the main character, and he narrated the whole thing. Through what? What did you just say? A journal, where he did what?
He wrote.
What did he call them? Yeah. Progress reports. He would do progress reports. So, what point of view was this story from? Was there more than one? Was it just the single first person? Was it both? There was more than one? Alright, Leo, what were they? What were the points of view that they used?
First person and first person naive.
And first person naive, right?
Yeah.
So, when in the story, can you tell me when he switched in the story? Leo?
He was dumb at first, which is first person naive.
We don't have to say dumb because sometimes, one second. Sometimes in first person naive, it can just be they don't know what's going on. Like they don't know what's going on in the background. So keep going now. Keep going. At the beginning, he used first person naive.
And then when he got smart, he got to normal first person.
Normal first
He
person.
knew where everything was going on because his friends were originally, he thought they were his friends because they were being mean to him.
Right.
He was laughing with them at first, then he realized that they were laughing at him.
Good, good. And then what we end with?
Back to first person naive.
Back to first person naive. Everybody agree? Everybody think that makes sense?
Yeah.
Good. Alright, at the beginning, what did Charlie want? What did Charlie want at the beginning, Charlie?
He wanted to be smart.
He wanted to be smart. Does he fully understand what's happening? No, so that's where what comes in?
First person naive.
First person naive comes in. He didn't fully understand what was going on. Remember, he didn't even understand the test he was having to take. What clues show his intelligence level? Like at the beginning, Maya?
His spelling.
His spelling and his what?
Whenever they were learning about the mazes with Algernon.
No, yeah, he didn't know amaze was 2 words. He wrote amazed. Alright, out of these 2, what do we think the theme actually is? A theme related to the value of intelligence or a theme related to the value of self-expression? Andrew? Okay, what makes you think that?
Mr. Girl,
At first he was, let's say, he
Not
was
as smart.
not as intelligent, and he, what, was he kind of happy then?
He was kind of happy.
And then he got smart, and what happened?
He wasn't happy.
He started losing that happiness, right? Because he became hostile with people that he really cared about, right? He thought he wanted intelligence, but then it turned out to be not as good as he thought. And then by the end of the story, what did he seem like he was again? Say.
Happy?
He was happy again, right? He was naive, right? He doesn't fully understand everything anymore, but at least he was happy, right? So that's something you have to remember in this story. With no matter how smart you are, dumb you are, if you're happy, you're happy. I don't like using the word dumb, but it's hard to say slow too. All right, independent practice. How does the first person naive point of view help develop the theme?
because it kind of shows us like how he sees it,
Right.
even though we know what's actually happening.
Okay, yeah, because it shows us his point of view, right, from first person, shows us that, but it showed us both everything throughout the entire story, right? So at the beginning, it was this, right? And then toward the middle, it just went back to first person. And then at the end, it came back to first person, not you. So good. Everybody agree? Everybody good? All right. What is one message the story teaches about intelligence? We opened up with the question.
That intelligence isn't always the best thing. That's
Isn't always the what? What's the question that we asked earlier? You got, I mean, that's right, but you're missing two words that I want you to say. Riley?
It's not always important.
Not always the most important, right? It's always important to try to gain intelligence, right? Become smarter, but it's not the most important thing, okay? All right, so before y'all go, I'm gonna give y'all this little worksheet. It's got not got many questions on it, but I want y'all to do it on your own. Put your names on it. All right.